Hello everyone and welcome back to PAX and Recreation, and today we are back to the Recreation side and continuing the Ichibansho saga with another Dragon Ball figure. This time it's the turn of the Prince of Science himself, Vegeta, and in this case is another Ichibansho figure. So if you have doubts about what an Ichibansho is, I kind of already explained that in the Goku video, so please go check that one. This one is also from the same set, so something that I forgot to mention is that the Ichibansho figures, or the Ichiban Kuji figures, when they are released as Ichiban Kuji, so you know, the lottery thing, they normally have sets or themes, right? This one is actually from the same set as the other one that we opened, which is Omnibus Amazing. Now, the names don't necessarily have to make sense, but the important thing is that that's the way for you to know the collection, and some collections make more sense than others. So in this case, the Omnibus Amazing is like different important moments from Dragon Ball Z. Sometimes if you have all the figures together, they are kind of like a set. Like there's one for Goku when he was a kid, with Krillin, Yamcha, Bulma, so you can have them separate, but you have them all, you have the thing, and there is another that is like the place in the skies, or like the temple in the clouds or something like that, and then it's like Goku as a kid, Master Korin, Kami-sama, Mr. Popo. So if you have everything, it's like, well, they don't need to be together, but there is a more thematic coherence. In this series, Omnibus Amazing, not so much. This is more like recreating specific panels or specific moments. So in this case, it's the Prince of Science when he goes from Super Saiyan 1.1 to Super Saiyan 1.2, if I recall correctly, or Grade 2 Super Saiyan, or Ascended Super Saiyan Grade 2, or basically Muscled Super Saiyan, right? And then you have 1.3, which is the one that Trunks goes in, and then you have, which is the ultra muscular one that is very slow, but technically is more strong than the Super Saiyan 3. I'm not saying that, the official books say it. So, and it kind of makes sense that it is stronger than Super Saiyan 3, it's just that it's very slow. And some people go like, well, but it's not, because they actually punch Cell. It's like, well, that's filler. But, and then you have Super Saiyan 1.4, or Super Saiyan Perfected Super Saiyan, or Complete Grade, or whatever. So don't get me started on Dragon Ball. This is the Super Saiyan Vegeta figure from the Ichibansho or Ichiban Kuji Omnibus Amazing. And the box is pretty cool. It looks like one of the covers of the manga. And then you have Vegeta on one side, kind of some context there for Master Lies, which is the lane. It has kind of a Kingdom Hearts thing, but no relation. And some focus here on Vegeta's face. And you always have the same text, which is actual size, color, style, decorations may vary. And my favorite part in these figures, which is the product is included. So just so you know, this is not just for showing. It has quantity, one piece, so they really cover their backs, and is actually here in the back, Ichibansho figure Vegeta versus Omnibus Amazing. That's kind of the name of the figure. So, and it's funny that you have all these wordings, all this stuff, and like the actual name of the figure is on the bottom in the corner, because here the figure is only Dragon Ball Z. It's like, if you want this, you know what this is. We don't have to explain to you. So Master Lies, and let's open it and let's see the Prince of Science with all his pride and all that energy in the Cell Saga. Man, the Cell Saga is basically the saga where everybody knows your name. Is the saga where everyone screws up, because like they are bound by fate or something. Like everyone has to screw up. There is no other way. It is what it is. People have to screw up. Trunks had to die apparently, because that's how it goes. Gohan had to lose an arm, even though, you know, in the future timeline he actually lost the arm. In the timeline that we're familiar with, he loses the arm to a degree, right? He loses the usage of the arm, but he doesn't literally lose the arm. So I don't know if that is intentional from Toriyama's side, or it's just like a series of cool coincidences, but if it is intentional, then that's the whole theme of the arc, is mistakes need to be made. And the butterfly effect that is small changes, changing the timeline forever. So there you go. And the base, which is always with blue tape, for the sake of you not forgetting that it's here. It's like, hey, don't forget that there's the base, because now they make them transparent. So thank God, because normally, as I say before, they do them in the most awful colors like gray, orange, red. It's like, man, I don't want to see it. Either give me a plate as a base or make this transparent. So at least that. And cool, fun, stupid thing, but I like a lot the holes that this leaves behind because of the posture of Vegeta. And then we have the Prince of Saiyans himself, Vegeta. Now let's see how good is this figure in terms of painting. We actually have a drawing from Dragon Ball Super card game as a reference. Now, this is a muscular Vegeta, right? So this is panels away from the moment he points to himself and goes like, yeah, I am Super Vegeta. So he's about to get wrecked. Vegeta figures are always complicated because he is mostly blue. So that makes that your shading, your lines for muscles and so on need to be very careful, otherwise he looks awful, right? And this one, well, depending on the angle, I have to be honest with you, depending on the angle, it looks better than in other angles, which is the problem with doing 3D figures of 2D scenes, is that when they show you the thing, right, they put it in the same angle, or more or less the same angle that it is in the manga. So if you put it like this too, it will look right there or almost right there as you want it. If you put it face front, it doesn't look bad, but it certainly looks more or less weird. But the angles are there, the veins are there. Look at this detail, like both the veins, the marks, and even I don't even know what to call this, the marks of the skull here. Very good detail, like he's giving his all. The color, I really love when they do Super Saiyan hair like this, like yellow and maybe like yellowing with some degradé going on. I don't like it when they do like gold hair, like full gold. It's like, nah, I get it that it's golden warriors and golden hair, like we talk about that like that, but we grew looking at them in yellow. So like to me, they are blonde. They are not like golden hair. Like gold just looks very awful. So the face is there. It certainly looks like Vegeta. The shadow under the eyes, well, I guess it's to stress how stressed he is, I guess. But it's impossible in the case of Vegeta to not look at it and go, magic much, right? Well, it depends on the lighting too, right? So it's what I was saying. If you put it like this, it's kind of shadows. If you put it like this, it looks like Majin Vegeta. So that wouldn't be my go-to choice, but I get it that they did it for contrast and to put some shadows in there. The hair is on point. You see no seams or anything weird in there. I really like it. Again, Super Saiyan hair is kind of easy to pull compared to like Goku's normal black hair. Now, let's talk about the body itself, the armor. If you look at it like this, it's a mix between it looks cool and it looks awful. It's weird to describe because, as I said, it's Vegeta is blue. Vegeta's clothing is like blue and white. There is not much to do there. And this is a very stressed Vegeta bulking up. So it's certainly a weird figure. And I have mixed feelings mostly because everything has a 3D, everything is sculpted, right? So nothing is like painted on. These lines are not painted. This is like 3D. You can touch it, it's 3D, that's how it is, right? Everything is 3D. However, the way it's painted, and because the armor is smaller than his muscles, he looks kind of weird because it looks like they painted this afterwards. But again, it's not the figure's fault because that's literally what is happening. Vegeta is bulking up and the armor is trying to keep up. Now, it's true that the armor is supposed to be stretchy precisely to avoid this, but I don't know, the fact that, it's smaller than his pecs, when normally these cover his pecs, it can look weird to some people. But you need to know what you're buying. This is a Vegeta that has more muscles than head, pretty much. So it is what it is. And if it was a figure of Trunks, it would be worse. So, but in terms of color, the coloration is cool. This thing here on the back is kind of weird. I don't know why this thing is here. It looks like there was the consequence of testing the base. See, and the figure was new and sealed. But see, like this goes here. This is why I hate those bases, because those marks look like they tested the base. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, quality check pass, and then they put this in the packaging and so on. But this is quite exactly where the base goes. See, that's why I hate these bases with a passion, because they don't look good. They kind of need to press the figure. And yes, they are not the most expensive figures in the world, but these are not like the cheapest either. So it's kind of weird they have to do that. Now, let's do the shake test, I guess. With the base, as expected, right? This is a very solid figure in terms of like falling. Obviously, I mean, if you do this again, I will say this in every figure video that has a base like that. I will prefer a plate. It won't take much space because the box is already big, so you can just put the plate like horizontally behind the figure and that's it. A black plate or a transparent plate, something like this, right? And if you want to put like Dragon Ball Z or whatever, or not put anything, just a transparent plate, I still think is better than this. But some people prefer this. Now, let me know if you're one of those. Now, I don't like them because it's like a chunk there. At least it's transparent. Like you don't even see it that much because of the playmat. But if I remove the playmat, right, which someone is likely saying in the comments, can you please do the videos like that from now on for figures because the background is distracting? Maybe, let me know. I'm open for feedback. So this thing, I don't like it. Now, without this, does the figure hold on? Now, I think it can hold on, but it's a very weird position. So there you go. I'm expecting it to fall down easily. Ironically, it's harder to fall to the front than back. So, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting the opposite because he's leaned forward. But I guess that the weight is all in the trunk. So I guess in the trunks, get it? So I guess that's more or less the thing. So I like it a lot. I think it's a very cool looking figure. I think that, let me put some contrast here. Say, I think that if you like Vegeta, this is the Vegeta moment, right? The Saiyan Saga, he's cool. Majin Buu, Freezer Saga, he's like converting to the good guys. And Majin Buu Saga is when like he has two realizations, like he hogs Trunks and then blows up, and then he admits that Goku is always number one or whatever. And then it was retcon in Dragon Ball Super. But the Cell Saga is the most Vegeta ever because he's like very cocky, very full of himself. He's the Super Saiyan at the beginning with 19 and 20. Then he trains and he becomes even more cocky and goes like, yeah, I am Super Vegeta, and goes like all crazy. So this is a very important Vegeta moment. Then he gets wrecked. But the figure is there, right? The colors are there. The shadows are there. I like it a lot. And, in the video, obviously the color will get processed 4 times until you see the video, right? It's my camera, it's editing software, YouTube, and then your screen. But in person, I will tell you that the colors are there, but they are not as plain as I will hope them to be. Like I will hope them to be more plainish colors, just like a single shade of blue or something not so. And you have more black, so it helps with the definition. It gives like a more realistic thing, and certainly helps bringing some attention to the muscles. But certainly it's I don't know, it's a great figure. It's a very good Vegeta figure. I like it. Now, will I recommend it? Well, first you have to like Vegeta. That's the first hurdle, I guess. And second, I like this moment a lot. When I saw this figure, I was like, yes. I mean, better than this is just the moment where he points to himself, which I always like that panel. I mean, yes, then you get wrecked because in Dragon Ball there is the thumb rule. If you point to yourself with your thumb, you're going to get wrecked in the next panel. But overall, I like it. I think very good quality. And by the way, weight, we didn't talk about weight, but this thing is significantly heavy. So not bad. And depending on the angle that you put it, is cool, right? Because that's another thing. You can just put it like this in your shelf, which is great, but you can put it like slightly to the side and it will be looking even cooler, right? So, or cooler or Cell, get it? Because this is Cell Saga, not the Cooler Saga. So this is, Cooler is just a movie, 2 movies, but I think it's a good figure. I like it. The colors are on point. The face is on point. I have a couple of issues with the painting shadows in the chest area, but apparently it's only noticeable in person because on video, I don't know if you can see the same problem that I'm complaining about, or maybe it's just a me thing. Well, let me know. And that ass, by the way, very, very good detail there too. So, I don't know, overall very good. They still keep the lines that I love with these more premium figures from Bandai Namco. They give this like drawing style to the anime figures. Overall, I like it. I will recommend it. Again, as with anything, it depends on which price you can get it for. But Packs and Recreation recommendation. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think down below. If you will buy this, if you like this type of figures, if you like Dragon Ball, and if you would like me to change something in the videos. And I will see you next time on Packs and Recreation. Bye.